All right, let's talk about an exponential function. And I just love these. When people talk about things growing exponentially, I find that usually they probably don't realize how powerful that word is and how fast things grow, which you're going to see very soon. So the best way to explain an exponential function is, let's just go ahead and graph it. And I will make a t-table. And we're going to put in some numbers here. Let's put in for x a -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and that should be enough to show us this general shape. Okay, we've seen some general shapes before. We've seen the absolute value like that. We've seen the parabola. We've seen the, the x to the third. So this is another shape that you're going to want to get used to. So let's go ahead and let's plug this in. We're going to plug in y equals, we have a base of 2, and in this case it's going to be 2 to the power of -2. Okay, if you're using your calculator here, you're going to press 2, and then you're going to look for a button that looks like this, like the roof of a house, okay, or a top hat. And then we would put the power, 2 to the power of -2. Okay, making sure that you use the negative button, not the minus. So let's do some calculator work. 2 to the power of -2. It's going to give you 1/4. So we have -2 and 1/4. All right, let's plug in a -1. Y equals 2 to the power of -1. Going to give us 1/2. So -1, 1/2. Plug in a 0. Y equals 2 to the power of 0. What's anything to the power of 0? You can put in your calculator. You're going to find out it's 1. Okay, and this is a number. Let me put a star. Let me put a star next to this number. I'm going to put a star next to this one too. Those two are important for exponential. Let's plug in a 1. Y equals 2 to the power of 1. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. All right, and if you plug the rest in your calculator, you're going to find out that 2 squared is 4, 2 to the third is 8, and 2 to the fourth is 16. Okay, you might want to pause it and leave that as an exercise for you, calculator exercise. So let's go ahead and let's plug in some of these numbers, see what we have. All right, starting at the left, -2 and 1/4. So let's say -2, and we're only going up 1/4, right about there. So here's our point on the graph. -1 and 1/2. We're going back 1 and we're going up about 1/2, so about right there. 0 and 1, very important point here. 1 and 2, 1 to the right, 2 up. 2 to the right, 4 up. Whoa, it just doubled. Let's see, it's not letting me draw that point. 2 to the right and 4 up. There we go. 3 to the right and 8 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, I'm off the chart here. Whoa, look how high it goes. Only 3 to the right, I'm 8 up. 4 to the right and 16 up, I'm off of the screen. Okay, so you see this basic shape? As it goes to the left, it gets closer and closer and closer to 0. Okay, as we would go this way. Closer to 0, but never touches 0. Okay, and that's because we have an asymptote right here at y equals 0. Okay, so our asymptote is y equals 0. If you move this graph up or down, that asymptote is going to move up or down with you. So let me continue graphing. I'll go through all these points, and then you see this thing is going to shoot up, boom, super fast. Okay, exponential. When people talk about exponential growth, man, it really rises like that. Okay, and just to show you what happens to other graphs, this one is y equals 2 to the power of x. It has a base of 2. Let's look at y equals 3 to the power of x, and let's look at y equals 10 to the power of x. Okay, so here's y equals 3 to the power of x. All right, so you notice that it's a little bit lower before it hits that 0. It goes through 0, 1, and then it shoots up faster. And let's look at the next one, y equals 10 to the power of x. Okay, it goes even lower, still hits this point. Okay, so this is an important point, this point right here. All right, no matter what the base is, at 0, if your exponent is 0, right here, look at that exponent, anything to the power of 0 is 1. So that's why it goes through 1. And then the other point at 1, we had 2, 3, and then way up there at 10. Okay, so pay attention to those points. And you can take these graphs and you can shift them left and right, up and down. You can reflect them, stretch and shrink. You're going to see all that stuff. But your basic shape is, let me come and do it right here. Your basic exponential shape is going to be like that.